we ask developers, we ask persons who have an interest to develop land, that, and even overwater structures and sea, we ask that you adhere to the policies and the guidelines that we would have presented in the different policies, guidelines that the National Environment and Planning Agency has. We have the development order, we have different protections and acts that we regulate. We have the Natural Resources Conservation Act, we have Wildlife Act, we have several acts. We have a plethora of policies, guidelines, and we have what I would call a structured legislative framework that can guide persons, and we request and ask that persons adhere to these regulations and these laws that we have. They're here to protect you, and they're here to guide you and how you develop your natural and built spaces, and also to ensure that we have soundness in our development and also to protect our people.
We ask the citizenry to have your buildings designed by the reputable persons, whether it be architects or engineers, and have the construction executed by a reputable constructor or contractor. There are some fundamental areas inside of the building that we expect the constructors to focus on in the event of an earthquake, and these areas are the foundation and the columns. Those are critical to keep the buildings up while there's an earthquake. So we ask that the junctions where you can have shear taking place be properly constructed in order to have the building lasting longer, to allow the citizen or the occupant to leave the building.
In the event of an earthquake, we must be always mindful of the fact that one, you cannot move, or you should not be moving about when the shaking takes place. Duck, cover and hold until after the shaking stops. After the shaking stops, if you see the need, then you can call the nearest fire station, 110, or most important, 112 if you don't have any signal. So if the cell service goes, you will see your cell phone saying emergency calls only. Once you press the call sign, it will take you to 112. 112 will automatically take you to the country that you're in, to the emergency services, and it will get assistance to you. But most importantly, persons need to know the number for their nearest fire station.